Good morning. My name's Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live. Here we are, start of another brand new week, and we're going to see what's going on or going to be going on this week. First things first is looking at what I see as the main driving forces as we come into this week. It's pretty much what we had coming out of last week. And we've got two things happening at the moment, really front and centre. The first thing is countries reopening. We're seeing all the restrictions slowly being lifted. And that's playing into a bit of positivity, into risk, that countries are getting back towards normal. We're a long, long way to go yet, but we're on the right path, as they say. But now on the flip side, what we've got is these increasing tensions between the US and China, and also some proxies to that between countries like Australia and China now, with tariff threats and things like that going on. So these are the pretty much the main two themes that we've got going on. Underneath that, obviously, we're looking at the data to see how bad things are going to get. But on the data front, for economies in the main, it's going to be potentially now just seeing if we're at a bottom in terms of the bad news, and whether things are going to start progressing back, or whether we're going to see some reaction in from consumer spending as things come online. It's going to be a slow process, and as with most economic data, it is lagging. So we're still probably a month behind on some of the data. So, but that's the themes that I'm looking at this week. The main standout themes. Now, one of the currencies I'm looking at, I've got into a trade on potentially things improving, is dollar versus the Mexican peso. Now, this has been a currency that really got sold off in amongst the EM space, if you like. And it really jumped. We were down at sort of the 17, 18, 19 handle, and we got all the way up to 25s, 26s at one point. And although it's come off slightly from those highs, it's pretty much just going sideways at the moment. And this is potentially a trade that I'm looking at for a decent break lower if we see this positivity continue. Mexico's been one of those leaders who are opening up a bit faster than everywhere else. Now, if we look at the chart, we can see those highs in place over the March period and into April. And although we're not seeing a true retracement yet, some of the guys in our trading will be looking at trading the head and shoulders pattern that appeared in the latter part of the sort of the last month or so. And that's a break under the 24 level. Now, I've got in last week around about 24.08, and I'm looking to build. If it does move back up towards those highs, up towards the 26 area, I'll be looking to add to the short and sit on this trade for a long time. If we break those highs, then that's when I'll reassess the trade altogether. Well, what I'm looking for now is a break of this 24 handle, and a meaningful break where we see it fully confirmed that we're not going back above it, and that opens up the downside to see how far we can go down. Now, as I say, a lot of this is predicated on the fact that Mexico's reopening its economy, it's reopening from restrictions, and it's a little bit ahead of everywhere else. But obviously, we've got to keep an eye if the virus kicks back in again and we start seeing a second wave. That potentially is going to be mean that Mexico and other countries are going to reverse all this positivity, and then that's obviously going to affect the prices, and we're going to see the MEX sold off again. But also looking at the dollar side, again, with this risk parameters that I've been talking about with China increasing, that's going to have a potential safe haven status play for the US dollar. So that's another thing to look at in this trade as well. But at the moment, it's looking okay. We're looking like it's more of a rally sell than a dip buy at the moment in this pair. And while it does that, then I'm happy to be short. So those are the things we're looking at this week. And as usual, I wish you luck with your trading, and good luck.